I'm making India's intentions clear to join global efforts to remove debris from space. ISRO Chairman S. Somnath announced that the country aims to achieve debris-free space mission by 2030. He has said that ISRO has in fact clearly laid out a plan for space exploration. On the number of Indian satellites in space, he said that currently India has 54 spacecrafts in the orbit, plus there are non-functional objects, and that ISRO is taking careful actions whenever it is possible. So, of course, big news that coming in at this point of time, viewers, as far as, of course, our endeavors as far as space exploration. In fact, to give us more on this, my colleague Akshit Gupta joins us on the broadcast. Akshit, give our viewers more details on these developments that are taking place.
Well, yes, ISRO Chairman S. Somnath has said that India will be joining the global efforts to remove debris from space, and the country also aims to achieve debris-free space missions by 2030. S. Somnath was addressing the 42nd Interagency Space Debris Coordination Committee annual meet in Bengaluru, and he has already said that ISRO has a clear laid out plan for space exploration. And also, India also encourages all state space sectors to follow this initiative for long-term sustainability of the outer space. That's what also ISRO chairman echoed. And if I just also tell you that, lately ISRO had brought several old satellites and fourth stage of PSLV rockets back to the Earth through the, deorbiting process as part of its zero orbital debris mission, and to minimize any accidental breakup risk. On India's plan to set up its own space station, Bharatiya Antariksh Station, by 2035, as Somnath has said that ISRO would look at the orbit where there are more space stations coming up in those ranges of orbits.
All right. In fact, joining us at this point of time is Group Captain V.N. Jha. Sir, very good morning to you, and thank you so much for taking out time and speaking to us on NewsX. Of course, big announcements there coming in at this point of time. We're in fact expecting, there's an announcement that has been made that aims to achieve debris-free space missions by 2030. Of course, we would like to garner your perspectives on this. Give our viewers your understanding, sir.
Very good morning, Asawari. It is a good development on behalf of the space agencies, but unfortunately, right now this initiative is being taken only by one player, and that is India. ISRO has confirmed in the last launch also, they had brought their final stage rocket back to the re-entry into the atmosphere and burnt it. So they have now started this practice as not leaving the debris in the space of any of the launches, especially the last stage of the rocket when it deploys all the satellites, injects the satellite into the respective orbits. But then the vehicle that remains in the space as a junk, which takes very long time for it to decay in the velocity and gradually come down to the re-entry where it burns. So ISRO has initiated it, but as on now, we must understand there are more than 12,000 satellites in the orbits, and there are more than 55,000 debris which are being tracked. We are the debris which are being tracked. Remember, each of this debris has got a velocity of anything from 7.2 to 7.8 kilometers per second. So even if it is, say, 100 grams of the weight, at that velocity, it becomes like a bullet. It can damage anything that comes in its way. So it's a huge amount of debris which is floating in the space, especially the low Earth orbit that we are talking of. So it's a danger. There is no doubt at all. Any satellite which is being either sent for the injection into the low Earth orbit, or any other satellite which is being sent beyond the low Earth or the middle Earth orbit. So it poses a threat to all those satellites. So it's a real danger. I'm glad ISRO has taken a lead to not leave any debris of any launch. I hope the world takes the cognizance of this particular step of ISRO, especially the SpaceX, the Russian space launching, the Chinese space launching, European space agencies, they should all take this as a lesson from ISRO. And they should also have that particular technology incorporated in their rocket, so that after injecting the satellite, that vehicle, that final stage of the vehicle, that comes back to the Earth's atmosphere, where it re-enters and then it gets burned down or splashes into the sea, whatever may be the case. So it's a very welcome step. I compliment ISRO for their thought, and it will be a big thing for the UN now. United Nations must now lay down a framework for SOP for sending any vehicle into the space, because it is a junkyard there. You can think of 11 or 12,000 satellites and 55,000 junks being tracked. They are of the size, significant size, which can be tracked from the Earth. So that is the type of danger that we are right now talking of, the collision in the space. So welcome step for the ISRO, and it's a lesson for the United Nations, the NASA, USA, SpaceX, Chinese space agencies, Russian space agency, Roscosmos, as well as the ESA. So let them take cognizance of this.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.